The number 2 way that women ruin relationships is having sex too soon. And this is not about being prude, you guys.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at the dating disaster that modern women created for themselves. Let's jump into it.
I've reached a point where I feel that it is entitled and not right for a man to have an opinion about wanting children. I'm not talking about a couple coming to the conclusion that they want children together. That is very different. I am talking about men feeling entitled to the opinion that they want children when all that they have to do is orgasm, and then somebody else bears all of the health risks, the responsibility, everything. And they are walking around not with a desire to have like children with their partner. They just want children. And they're like, are you going to sacrifice your body for me? You good with that? They expect somebody to do that for them. To walk around this earth wanting children when your only contribution is orgasm and you are expecting somebody to bear all of the responsibility for this and all of the risks, and you're just expecting somebody to give this to you, that is the most entitled, privileged thing I can ever think of. If the situation was reversed, women would not be doing this.
The amount of contempt that this woman has for biology is insane. There's so much hate for the fact that men don't have to carry the baby, as if the woman gets pregnant and the man just sits around and twiddles his thumbs. It's ridiculous.
The dating scene as an Asian is cooked. Like, I swear every person I talk to have the same issues. The first being, obviously, always have commitment issues. I know a lot of people date to date, but in my head, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, why are you talking to someone if you don't have any interest of, like, actually being with them in the future? And I feel like that's why so many situationships happen. And I'm sorry, I'm just not understanding, like, we're only getting older, guys. Like, the second issue I always come across is that they're always somehow a little bit narcissistic. It's always about me, 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 me. Like, only think about themselves and, like, oh, like, no, baby. Like being so self-centered sickens me.
You have to appreciate the irony of how this woman is complaining about how self-centered men are when she's sitting in the front seat of her car and endlessly whining about how hard she has it in the dating world.
The third is that they're avoidant, okay? And all these issues start piling up. And you're left there like, what the freak am I doing wrong? Because you can't read their mind. Lastly, the biggest one of them all, lust over love. Why is it so common these days that these men just be thinking with their dick? Like, whatever happened to being a gentleman? Whatever happened to candlelit dinners? Whatever happened to talking until the sunrise comes up and you can see the stars and everything? Ah! Like, what happened to the cute little dates? Like, why is it always boba and back shots? I quit!
Men weren't to blame for that. Hookup culture combined with narcissism brought to us by social media were the culprit. Promiscuous women were using men for bedroom fun, and the men they desired were happy to oblige. It ended up destroying everything, and we have very little to do with it.
Today I deleted the dating apps because I matched with a man whose first message to me was, I bet your day just got a lot better because we matched.
So can someone make it make sense? Because women have literally been begging men to come to the table more confident, have more wit, have more charismatic and charm. And when they do, they still get dragged. So you mean to tell me when he says, hello, how are you? That's too boring. But when he hits you with some kind of cute banter, you don't even want to joke back and you think that he's part of the problem because you lack a sense of humor?
It's because she's the type of woman who wants perfection. She wanted to be wooed in a very specific way that's pretty much impossible for any man to come close to. Those kinds of women don't want relationships. They just want this love story nonsense.
Make it make sense. Like, what is it that y'all want? Do you even know at this point? Because if he's too funny, that's weird and you're going to immediately block him. But if he just says, hey, how are you? Then that's boring and not enough effort. So you're still not going to carry out a conversation. Like, that's confusing as hell. And imagine being so self-absorbed and so self-centered and so entitled that you think that a man that doesn't even know you, you are like automatically entitled to his time, his effort, and his energy. Even though y'all are on the same exact dating app, so why not match that energy and give him the same banter back? Or is it because you lack a sense of humor?
Women like that have set up impossible minefields. Even if that guy were to come up with the smoothest of pickup lines, that's just the first of a seemingly infinite number of obstacles that he must traverse in order to keep her interested. And one slip-up leads to her getting angry with him.
Like, which one is it? Y'all want men to make the first move, but then when he does, it's still not good enough. But if he does nothing, then he's a low-effort, low-value man. And let's just call it what it is. You didn't find him attractive enough, which is why you didn't continue the conversation, and you're just using dating apps for validation and more attention to feed your ego, your pride, and to make you feel good about yourself, even though you have zero intention of actually dating men that you're matching with in the first place.
If a woman isn't attracted to a guy who's talking to her, that's totally fine. She's allowed to have her type. But what she isn't allowed to do is go online and rip into him for not being perfect. That's crossing far too many lines, and it's led men to just being done with the crap.
The number 2 way that women ruin relationships is having sex too soon. And this is not about being prude, you guys. You have to realize we're living in a very fast dating climate. Guys don't think extra. So basically, you're training them on who you are to them. They compartmentalize the women they're dating. So if they go on a date with you and you hop into bed with them, you're the girl that'll just hop into bed with them. It's not a bad or good thing. You're just compartmentalized into that spot.
That's not really all that accurate. Modern women have it in their heads that by denying average men bedroom fun for a random period of time, it will make him want to stay. But at the same time, if she meets a man she truly desires, that timetable goes right out the window. It simply doesn't work.
Versus the girl that always wants to go out, always wants to go dancing, always wants to do all this stuff. He knows that he has to do more for that girl. And it's not so much about being prude and who's better and who's worse. If you like sex, have sex. But I'm just saying, oftentimes it'll ruin the relationship. And regardless of the effort, you guys, you have to understand the more dates you go on, the more of a foundation of a friendship you're building. You're actually getting to know this person. He actually knows your hobbies. He knows about your families. He knows what you do for work. He knows your desires. So you're actually bonding. You understand? So there's a lot that goes on in the dating process before you jump into bed that forms intimacy, that actually makes him like you, desire you, and makes him curious about you. So sometimes sex just kind of shuts down that door. So sex too soon could shut down his curiosity about you. So that is the number 2 way how women ruin relationships.
The problem is that the advice usually amounts to, well, if he likes you, then he has no problem waiting, which is just an overly simplistic way of viewing men. And usually the types of women who follow this advice have already accumulated too many bodies anyway, so it actually doesn't matter even if that were true.
Okay, another hot take, listen up. Why have a lot of men today given up? 1, feminism distorted polarity. Modern feminism encouraged women to act more masculine instead of honoring their true femininity. It's created confusion and competition instead of complementing one another. 2, social media crushed everybody's confidence. Constant comparison to unrealistic wealth, bodies, lifestyle. This made average men feel invisible and defeated.
Social media ended up painting this impossible picture of perfection that far too many women viewed as realistic. It led them to assume that men who are not capable of giving them the things that they see online are somehow either incompetent or less than, or not doing the bare minimum or whatever.
3, we've got a loss of masculine purpose. Traditional masculine roles were demonized, but no healthy new models replaced them. Men were told to just be less, but not better. 4, we've got an addiction to escapism. Instead of building resilience, many checked out into gaming, porn, really just endless distractions to avoid the difficulties of personal growth. 5, we've lost brotherhood and mentorship. Men used to grow through challenge and community. Now most are isolated with no guidance, no standards, no accountability.
It's unfair to say that escapism is a big reason why men have given up. It really does sound like a cop-out to blame men, especially when one of the biggest reasons why these spaces exist is because men do want to improve and embrace their masculinity again.
And finally, no accountability mindset. It's easier to blame feminism, women, or society than to do the hard internal work to actually reclaim your power. Strong men and soft women both lost in this mess. We need to get both back.
That's just a backhanded thing to say. Feminism, dating apps, and the rampant hate of men have played a massive part in destroying the bonds between men and women. You can't just say that men want to avoid accountability and blame us for the mess that we didn't make.
Okay, I have a theory on why all the hottest girls are single and nobody's married yet. I figured it out. It's because before, hot women were a rare commodity. Now, everyone is just way too hot. It's easy for girls to get hot, right? And now it's like when you see a desirable, high value man, they have way too many options. And girls don't have options anymore. And it's so frustrating because it's like people would kind of date in their lane, if you know what I mean. Before there was like fillers and Botox and hair and cute outfits and spray tans and all that stuff.
What she doesn't realize is how the fillers, the Botox, the makeup, and all that really just do more to make these women actually look less appealing. It's an unnatural look that a lot of men simply don't find attractive. It doesn't make them more attractive, it just makes them look a lot stranger.
People would date in their lane. Now, everyone's hot. And no, men can't do any type of like plastic surgery or height surgery or whatever. And with women working and men working, equal pay, that's also a rare thing. So, ladies, we need to figure out a way to make men suck again. Sorry, they do suck. That's my point. They do suck. We just need to even out the ratio here. We're too hot. Men need to catch up to us. You know what I mean?
That's exactly why she's single. She went online and said that not only do all men suck, but they need to somehow catch up to women who need to pay money for procedures so that they can give themselves the illusion that it's making them more attractive. She has no idea that by insulting men, they immediately just lose interest in her. Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.